Hello my friends, welcome to this YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hilan, and this channel is all about how we're gonna save the world. No, I'm kidding. I love making YouTube videos and I wanna help you guys as much as possible to become the best versions of yourself. That's why this channel is here. Right, so we are in June already, 6 months into the year. And most people have probably messed up their New Year's resolution goals or whatever they hope to accomplish by the end of the year. And there's a stat that says only 9% of people actually make it to the end saying, oh, I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. So this video is here to kind of get you to where you are, to where you want to go, and be part of that 9% of the people. So if you've quit or if you can't get to where you want to go, this video is going to help you out a lot. We're going to cover 4 reasons why you're probably slipping up, and then we're going to look at loads of different solutions so that you can make sure that you get what you want at the end of the year and you're part of that 9%. Let's go. So firstly, let's look at the reasons why people slip up. Right, the first one is that they don't have a clear plan. Right? They don't know what they need to do, where they need to go. They don't even know their goals very clearly. They just say something in their head, oh, I really want this, or I really want this, or I really want this. I want to get a 6-pack. I want to make £50,000 more this year. You know, I want to go on X holidays, but it's all in the head, right? And that doesn't work. In real life, that doesn't work. I have so much shit going on in my head. I'm like, oh, cool, I can do this, I can do this. But until it's written down, until it's actually there and formulated and you're like, I will do this and I will do it because I will do this and this and this and this. And you've got a plan, X, Y, Z, whatever, right? Point 1, point 2, point 3, you get my drift. So that's the first thing. Get clear on what you want and how you're gonna do it, right? So imagine someone's gonna walk into the gym, all right, and they're like, all right, in 3 months' time, I'm gonna be ripped. But they go to the gym and they're like, okay, let's try this machine. Meh, a bit boring. Let's try this machine, a bit boring. I bet you're watching this video being like, what an idiot. He's not gonna get anywhere in 3 months if he's just doing that, right? You need a plan. It needs to be number of sets, number of reps, etc., right? So figure that out for your life. And if you don't know how to make a plan, go follow some people on YouTube or even watch this channel. We discuss loads of stuff like this and find out how to make a plan, right? And there's loads of blogs out there, so check it out. Get a plan for what goal that you want to accomplish. That is number 1. Number 2 is the why. The big reason why you want to accomplish what you want to accomplish, right? If you don't have a big enough reason, then you're probably not going to do it because it's so easy to quit, right? And you might accomplish a goal in the short term. You might be really ferocious with it, put a lot of intent into it, and in 3 months' time accomplish what you want to accomplish, but it won't be sustainable because you won't be able to keep it going. So you need a big why. I call it the why power, not willpower, why power, right? And that's basically saying that we use a lot of willpower or we require willpower to get shit done. But actually, if you have why power, it's so much bigger and long-term and more sustainable. You'll keep on going even if you want to quit. So what that means, let me tell you something, right? If you're on an island, a small island, right, and there's sharks all around you, okay? If I say you have to make it to the next island, which is a little bit further, it's not too far away, right? And there's gonna be £1,000 waiting for you. Do you think you're actually gonna do that? Are you gonna jump into the water with the sharks to get that £1,000? Right, now if I tell you, you're on the same island and on the other side of the island, you got to cross the island, you got to swim through the sharks, is your kid. Your kid is there and someone's going to attack your kid, right? Are you going to jump into the water to go get your child? You probably will, and that is what the reason is. It's a big enough reason to get something done, right? So some people kind of work really hard to get to their goal, but then they stop after because the why was not big enough. So find your why, that really big reason that makes you wake up in the morning excited and ready to go. Okay, number 3, you don't actually want it, right? This is genuinely true. There's so many things in my life where I'm like, I want this, I want this, I want this, but I tried to do it and I fell, and I tried to do it and I fell. And at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I really didn't want that. I thought I wanted it, but I didn't really want it. So you have to know, be truthful to yourself. Look at the list of things you want to accomplish and say, do I really want this? Or is it society that's making me think I want this? Right? Do I want to accomplish this goal? And that's something that you're gonna have to figure out yourself, because if you don't go through the hurdles and the stress and the troubles of actually getting to where you want to go to, you don't want it bad enough. And that is the truth. It's not nice to hear, but it is the truth. Right, and the fourth reason why you're not getting where you want to get to, you're not accomplishing your goals, you can't do what you said you were going to do, is because you have tried, you didn't see the results fast enough. So there is something called the late plateau of potential. And what that means, right, is basically saying that there's a graph. You're expecting things to go like this, like, oh, it'll be okay, and I should be here at this point, I should be here at this point, I should be here at this point, right? But actually the graph is like a curve, and you've got the valley of disappointment in the middle, right? And the bottom is basically way off where you think you're gonna be. So you think you're gonna be here 2 months in, but actually you're down here. Right, when you get to 4 months in, you think you're going to be here, but you're down here because it's slow potential, the curve goes, and then eventually the graph meets each other, and that is where you actually reach, right? And that's the point where you probably want to be because it aligns with your expectations. So you're probably trying so many different things. If you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to, I don't know, read a number of books per year, if that's your goal. So you're probably trying to accomplish your goal, but you can't because you haven't seen the potential yet. Right, it's waiting, and it's just not happening, and you don't want to continue because you're not seeing the results. Right, think of an ice cube. Right, let's say you've got an ice cube in a room and it's 25 degrees temperature in the room. The ice cube's not melting, and you're like, what the hell's going on? It's not melting. And then you raise it to 26 degrees, and you're like, it's not melting. 27 degrees, it's not melting. 28 degrees, 29 degrees, 30 degrees, 31 degrees, and you're like, why is this thing not melting, right? And then you're like, have I wasted all my time? I can't get to where I want to go. Then you turn it to 32 degrees. Right? And suddenly the ice cube starts melting. The time that you put in was not wasted. You just didn't push hard enough, or you just didn't break to that next level where all the results happen, right? There's this really cool picture that I've seen online, and it's basically this guy's got a shovel and he's digging, right? And we can see in the picture that there's a diamond on this side, right? And he's digging and he's digging, he can't see the diamond, right? If he had literally dug one more hit further, he would have got that diamond. And that is literally it. So you almost have to continue and persist even more than you think, right? And what's happened in the world is that social media and marketing have all sold you things to say things are easy, you'll be fine. You know, like they're showing you highlight reels of people who've done it, but said they haven't put in the effort because it's not cool to put in the effort. So they say they've done it and it was really easy, and look at me, I'm great because I accomplished my goals in half the time that I thought it was going to do. But in reality, it took them way longer to get there. It's like most people think it's more of a straight line, but it's actually like you go round and round and round and round and round, and you get lost and you try again, you fail, you get lost, you try again. And this has happened to me loads of times. I've like literally been on the verge of quitting so many times. I'm like, no, this is where people quit. I have to continue, right? So hopefully this helps you guys. Let's now look at some solutions, okay? Because we need to get you to the end of the year, and we've got 6 months left. That's enough time to accomplish way more than you thought, right? So do not give up. Listen to what we've been talking about today, and now we're going to talk about the solutions. Okay, one of the best things that I learned last year was the difference between thinking in an annual sense, which means 12 months, and thinking in quarters. Okay, so if you think in quarters, right, you get 4 quarters in a year, right? And the way to think about this is each quarter is equal to 1 year. I know that logically doesn't make sense, but just hear me out on this one. Each quarter is 1 year. So let's say you messed up from January to March. January to March is 1 quarter. April to June is another quarter. July to September is another quarter. And October to December is another quarter, right? So let's say that in 1 year, if you use the 12-month period, you start a goal and you don't accomplish it, or you get 2 or 3 months in and you're like, quit, can't be bothered to do this, it's too far, I'm not gonna happen, right? Let's say you did it as a quarter. So let's say you started in January, you're like, oh, you get to February or March, and like, oh, damn, I didn't make my goal. Most people would quit because they're thinking in a year. They're like, it's no point now. But if you think in quarters, you've got the second quarter to start again. So you can restart in April the 1st. Right, I hope that makes sense. You can restart again in April 1st to be like, okay, fine, I've got 3 months fresh to restart again, right? Then if you don't hit that goal again, you're like, fine, okay, it's June. I've got now 3 months to September to hit my goal. And you're like, okay, if I didn't do it then, you've got 3 more months at the end of the year to hit that goal. So you've basically got 4 restarts, okay? You with me? You've got 4 restarts, right? And this has helped me loads because I failed loads at goals, but this kind of gives me that reset to start again, and it is game changing. Like the first few times you think about it and use it, you're like, it doesn't make sense. But actually think about it, and over time, you'll get to understand that this is such a good way. And now I set all my goals in quarters, right? So by 31st of March, I had to accomplish this. By 31st of June, I had to have accomplished this to get to where I want to go to. And if I didn't, I'll restart again, right? It makes everything easier. The second is, a good solution is you need to create pain, right? So people don't change unless they see immediate pain. If you were to eat a biscuit, right now you ate a biscuit and you instantly put on 10 kilograms of weight, right? You know, you would not eat that biscuit again. That is just the fact. Like, you would not eat that biscuit again. So most people have to create pain in 10 years time to make that pain seem a lot bigger. So think about your trajectory and where you're going with your life at the moment, the habits that you've installed, you know, where are you going to be in 10 years time, right? Think about that. And if it's painful in 10 years time, then you know that, oh crap, I need to change what I'm doing now, because in 10 years time, I don't like where I'm gonna be going. So you need to make sure you feel that pain physically, emotionally, like it hurts you to say, I'm gonna be 20 kilograms heavier in 10 years time if I don't sort it out right now, okay? That's the second solution. The third is get clear on your plan. I said in the beginning, one of the problems is that you don't know what you actually have to do, right? You haven't, or you've thought about it in your head, but it's not written down, it's not physical. So get clear on your plan, right? Write down exactly step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 of exactly what you need to do, right? And when you need to go. Otherwise you'll never do it. I've tried for years and years and years to do what I'm telling you not to do, right? And I failed so many times that I figured out a system, and that's what I'm bringing to you guys. These solutions have worked so well for me. The third is review your why, okay? You need to know your why. Just type into Google and say, how do I figure out my why? Okay, we'll cover this in another video. There's a really good book you can read. It's by Simon Sinek. It's called Start With Why. And that does explain a lot of the reasons why some companies get really successful and some don't, right? And you can use a lot of the philosophies and education in your own personal life. So figure out your why and your desires and make it like, like gets you excited out of bed. If it doesn't get you excited out of bed, it's not big enough. Right, so make sure your goals are like super big, that you're like, okay, this gets me excited, man, let's get up and let's go. The next solution is outwork your self-doubt. And this is a bit of a dickhead solution, but like, it's true. Like, you just have to outwork your self-doubt. You just gotta work. You gotta put it in. If you wanna lose weight, you gotta put it in. If you wanna read 50 books in the year, if that's your goal, 1 book a week or something like that, you just gotta put it in, man. Outwork your self-doubt. Like, forget about all the confusion and shit that you're going through, and you just have to get on with it. I know that's probably the worst answer you'll probably hear, but it does help. I have that statement in my head all the time: outwork your self-doubt. If I'm feeling like not confident about something, or I'm not going the right way, I'm like, outwork your self-doubt. Put in more effort, take more action, right? And you will get there. Next is extend your goal. So we get stressed out and we don't feel great in life because we're seeing so many people do so well in life, right? And we're like, they're here and I'm here. Why are they there? How are they there, right? And you're trying to get there really fast, and it sometimes doesn't work out. So, and then you feel stressed and you feel anxious and you're like, then you give up because you realize that you're so far behind these guys. If you just extend your goal, right? So let's say you wanted to accomplish a goal in 3 months. If you extend it to 6 months, right? You'll feel more at ease. And when you feel more at ease and you feel more relaxed, you're more likely to actually try and start that goal. When you put that pressure on yourself to say, all right, I need this in 3 months, you're like, crap, 3 months is so soon, like, I don't know if I can get that done. And it feels like such a big step to make that happen in 3 months, right? For this YouTube video, for example, right, I had planned, literally no joke, 3 YouTube videos to record today, right? And this is the first one I'm doing today, right? And I'm like, okay, 3 felt so much, and I kept procrastinating, and I was like, delay it. Then I was like, okay, let me just do 1, or I can say I can record 3 videos over 3 days, okay? And that helped, and I literally was like, okay, that's easy, I can do 1 video a day. And I just started, and now we're here, and I probably will continue with my next video after this, right? And that's just the way the mind works and the way we work as humans. And the final solution I have for you guys is surround yourself with inspiration. This is a bit more of a short-term hack, but surround yourself with people who are going to push you. So what I do is, if I'm unmotivated to go to the gym, I go on Instagram quickly and I look at like fitness professionals. So people who've like got the body and the fitness and, you know, aspirations that I want. And I go on, I'm like, oh cool, all right, I need to get remotivated. And it kind of kicks me into gear. Then I get in my car, then I go to the gym or whatever. And by the time I'm in my car, it's all good. I just needed that small bit of burst of motivation. And I've done that. Sometimes I come back from work and I'm knackered. I'm like, F this, like CBA, I just want to sit and do nothing. But then I'm like, look at my phone, I'm like, even if I just do a 20-minute workout, it's much better than nothing. Get a bit of motivation on your phone and then get on with it. And that helps a lot. You can even go on YouTube and type in like motivation videos, right? And they come up with these like crazy, amazing speeches by amazing people and they motivate you. All you need to watch is like 5 minutes, right? And you're like in gear, you're kicked in, you're like, right, now I'm ready to go. And you use that quick burst of motivation to get going. So guys, we are 6 months into the year. This is June, but who gives a crap what you've done in the past? You've got a chance to reset, right? This video is a reset video. Like, listen to what we're saying, put things in place and start again. You've got 6 months ahead of you. It's like the year ain't ended. We've got a lot of time to get shit going. So, you know, like get what you need to get done and then end the year with that 9% statistic that I told you about in the beginning, right? Make sure you're part of that 9% and you can make it happen. I'm rooting for you, I'm here for you, I love you guys. Have the best day, have the best week, have the best month, have the best 6 months left of this year, and I'll catch you guys in another video soon. Bye.